Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy New Year's. Wanted to do another video of my game room for the new year of 2026 and kind of show you guys what I'm doing with the space now. Before you guys kind of start crapping on me in the comments saying that this is a small area, yes, I know. This video is primarily for people who live in a major city and in a condo situation. So this is for those who really don't have much room at all. This is a very small space. But I really just want to show off what you guys can do with just little space and how much potential it actually has. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this video in, or put this video into 3 sections. We're going to start with the bookshelf over here. We're going to work our way over to the desk, and then we'll finish off with the CRT stand area. But yeah, just so you guys know, this is a very small area. You know, I am in a kitchen, like I have my pizzazz and some things right here, dining room over there to the left. But yeah, this is my gaming area, and I'm happy to show this off to you guys, and hopefully you can learn a little from this. And if you can, please give the video a thumbs up, say what's up in the comments section. Let me know what you think of my space and what you've done with yours. And if you can, please sub to the channel. So let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to kick things off over here into the bookshelf area. If we look from the bottom to the top, we can see we have a bookshelf with some games, some consoles, just some knick-knack stuff, lights, lamp. And then as we look up more, we have a guitar. And then over here, the first thing I want to show off are just my arcade sticks. The first one, I did all the artwork for that one. Added all the buttons and whatnot. It's kind of a custom one. It's got my name on there too. It's pretty cool. The second one is a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade stick for the Xbox 360. I use a Brook adapter for this for the PlayStation 5. I probably like this stick a little bit more than my Hori Wrap arcade stick just because of the size. This one is a little bit smaller. I feel like it fits a little bit better on my waist, or on my lap I should say, than this one does, because this one is larger. But yeah, these are my arcade sticks. This is my custom one, and then this is the one that I have not modded at all except for changing the back top and getting new buttons because the old ones were crusty. This is a used stick, so is this one. This one is a used stick as well. And that's just my LTD guitar, some wedding photos. I did have some gaming posters up here on the wall, but I had the TV over here for a while. I just moved the TV behind me, and I moved the posters over there before I moved the TV. So now it's just an empty space. I do want to add some more posters. I was thinking about getting another arcade stick, and maybe I'll hang it up on the wall over here on the left, but time will tell. Getting to the top of this, we have a PlayStation light, just a regular lamp, 2 Ninja Turtle pop things that my mom got me for Christmas. We got Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Pokemon Blue from the Nintendo 64, that is a repo. And then the Mortal Kombat collection for the PlayStation 5. Down here, I don't know if this is going to be easy for you guys to see, but I'm kind of just going to get in close as I can. This is, starting from right to left, is Dreamcast games, which a lot of these are reproductions, except for the Resident Evil one. There's Tony Hawk for the PlayStation 1 on top, Tony Hawk 2 I should say. And then these are all my PS1 games. I'll just slowly go through. That is a sealed Metal Gear Solid and a sealed Mega Man Legends. And that is the first shelf. Working our way down to the second shelf, we have a Sega Genesis loaded with the like 200 and something games in one cartridge. It's honestly kind of a piece of crap because the one game I bought it for, Dinosaurs for Hire, it doesn't even work on it. It loads a completely different game. Here's my Nintendo 64 with the Summer Kart 64. I just loaded about 255 games onto that thing, so no more collecting for the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis for the most part. One row below that is the Super Nintendo, the regular Nintendo. I don't know if I have a game in here or not. I don't think I do. Oh, we got Super Mario Bros. 3 in there. And then we use the 8-bit DO controller for the Super Nintendo just because it's easy having a wireless controller. Moving a little bit lower, we have the PlayStation 3, we have the Dreamcast, we have a PlayStation 2 with a hard drive installed with about 600 and something games, Nintendo Wii with a hard drive plugged into it with GameCube games installed onto it. Back here we have a green Nintendo 64 controller OEM. I just keep a couple controllers out just to have a little ease of access. We have the Nintendo Mini Classic, Super Nintendo Classic, both loaded with pretty much all the games in the libraries of themselves, or for each respectable console, I should say. The Star Wars Edition Xbox 360. So, yeah. This is the bookshelf, and it's full. Like I said, I got this from Target for about 25 bucks. This is the second bookshelf I purchased. I kept one shelf from the previous bookshelf, and then I just included it into this, and I was able to add all of my consoles. I should say I do have the original Xbox, the PSX with the LCD screen in my back storage. I just don't have those out because I have an Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 2, which can play both consoles. So there's no reason to have those out unless you're trying to display, but then again, that would defeat the purpose of space because I'm trying to maximize everything I have. And this bookshelf, I believe, is 24 inches wide. I don't know how tall it is, but yeah, as you can see, it holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 consoles on one bookshelf with one row of games on top, and obviously some cool knickknacks on the very top. But yeah, that's the bookshelf, and all of these consoles have the new HD Retrovision component cables, basically, except for the 360 and PS3. Those are using HDMI cables, and all of those consoles are plugged in, and they come out to over here. Let me lift this up. Over into this, my switcher. This is the, I forgot the name and brand of this, but this is the very expensive component switcher, which all of my consoles are hooked up to. All of those are then, I have two running out. One runs into there's two outputs for this thing. One runs into my CRT, and then the other runs into my RetroTink. And then the HDMI that comes out of this comes into my HDMI switcher, which has the PS3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Mini consoles, and I think that's it. But yeah, that's how everything is. The cable management in the back is abysmal. That's why I typically have this monitor a little bit lower so you don't see that. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just showing you guys how it's done. So yeah, that is the bookshelf section leading into the desk, which we'll start talking about right now. Alright guys, this is the desk section of the video. This is more of a modern gaming video, or more the modern gaming section of this video, I should say. Up here we have the Alienware laptop on the left, which does 2K 240 Hertz. That's connected to the PS5. Then we have my 4K 60 Hertz monitor, which is connected to my PC right here on the left, which might be a little hard to see because it's all black and everything looks super dark right now, at least on my screen. To the right of the computer, we have my Marshall amp, which is what I typically practice guitar on. As you can see, you know, I play in a band. I love death metal, gore grind, grindcore, power violence, all that type of stuff. So I do play in a band, practice once a week, and play a bunch of shows, blah, 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 blah. So typically when I'm not gaming and I want to jam out a guitar, I have everything right there at my feet, just plug in everything and I'm good to go. What did I had a flashlight I wanted to show you guys. So those are the two monitors that I use. On this right monitor, I do run OBS, you know, when I'm recording gameplay and things like that. And on the left monitor, I'm playing the console games, and I got my webcam up here, which is a Logitech Brio 4K monitor, or webcam. Sorry about that. And then I got on top of here, I have my face light thing. So, and then underneath is what I want to show you guys. Don't mind the cable management, but over here on top of the amp, I'm using a flashlight right now, so it looks very dusty, but we have the Elgato HD60X, and then up here we have the Elgato HD60S Plus, I believe. And going into the HD60X is only the PS5, and then all of my other consoles run into the HD60S Plus, so that way I can stream, record, and everything at a good picture quality for you guys and things like that. And yeah, so that's how my setup is. Like I said, all the consoles in here, the retro stuff runs into that, all the HDMI stuff runs into the HDMI switcher, everything out of the component goes into the RetroTink, which comes out as an HDMI cord into the HDMI switcher. And then there's one HDMI cord that goes underneath the desk into the HD60S, and then the HDMI cord that comes out of the PS5 goes into the HD60X, and then another one goes into the monitor on the left. And then I can also play all my consoles, every single console I own, on the monitor on the left, and then all my retro consoles also plug in onto the TV behind me. And right now running on the TV behind me is my PlayStation 2. So over here on the wall I have 2 shelves of video games. I'm not going to really go left to right because it's kind of hard to do. I hope you guys can see those, but there's some Xbox games, Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, and 1 PS5. Right below that we have 2 GameCube games, a bunch of PS2 games, and some PS3. And there's the top shelf one more time. And just in case you guys want to check out the guitars, there's the LTD. I don't really use this one that much. This is my main baby right here, the 7-string. I play in drop G. And then this is my newest guitar, which I bought off Facebook Marketplace that I've been setting up. Is also set up in drop G with Scotch tape. And then, what else am I missing? Over here we have the PlayStation Pro controller I just got. I'm freaking loving it. Typically when I'm gaming, I have my games out that I'm currently playing. Right now I am recording Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and while I'm not playing that or playing any other online game on the PlayStation 5, I've been playing Capcom Fighting Collection, which has been awesome. So yeah, this is the desk space, which runs everything over here. And then all of this stuff, like I said, is run into the switcher. Sorry guys, I'm blanking on this switcher right now. I got it from Castlemania Games. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll try and find a link for it and put it in the video description for you guys to check out. But I have all that. I have one cable running into the RetroTink, and then another cable, which I have 2 extension cable, or no, it's one 20-something foot or 15. I think it's a 15-foot cable running all the way behind the desk, along the wall. See that black cable? It comes up behind this TV and it plugs into here. And then this switcher, whenever I turn on any console, it automatically switches to any game that I'm playing. So I don't have to sit there and mess with buttons or change anything around. But yeah, quick overview, guys. Overview: computer, amp, desk, keyboard, PS5, my Pro controller, my PS4 controller I use for the PS2 with the Brook adapter, and then back there I have 2 blue PS5 controllers. The one with the white buttons right there is modded. Those D-pad buttons are individually placed, so I did that myself. It was pretty cool. Kind of a huge fighting game fan, as you guys can tell with all the, Mortal Kombat, fighting game stuff, arcade sticks, that fighting games are kind of my thing. So yeah, so that's the PC, amp, desk, PS5, computer speakers in the back, 2 PS2 or 4 controllers charging over there with my headset, PS5 Pro controller, my switcher, RetroTink HDMI switcher, 2 monitors, and then my games on the walls, a couple of guitars, arcade sticks, and then the bookshelf. So that's it for this section, and now we're going to work our way over here to the CRT section. Okay guys, we are in the final section of this video. Hopefully it's not taking up too much of your time and you've made it all the way through. So let's start things off from top to bottom, right? So on the very top we have my Ninja Turtle collection here. I got this from Target. These are all the toys I had when I was a kid, and they all came in one package, and I got it for myself. I was like, fuck it, why not? So it was pretty cool. On top of here we have a Pokemon. Oops, there goes one of the turtles. Shredder's about to fall. We'll just grab him before we're losing him left and right, guys. But this is my Pokemon game holder from, I got this on Etsy. I could have got my name etched into it, but it didn't look all that great. I currently have a PS1 memory card in here. We have Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Gold, and then the last one we have is Zelda Link's Awakening. Let me see if I can just quickly pull these out for you guys so you can see them. Boom. So you know they're legit. They are all real and authentic. No fakes here. Well, a couple of reproductions, but only for like the Dreamcast and one Nintendo 64 game. So yeah, that's the top part minus the turtles that just fell right now. Here we have a Sony Trinitron TV. This is a 20-inch TV. I went with the 20-inch because it fits perfectly in this corner. I probably could have gotten away with a 20. I think they have a 26 or 28-inch version. 32-inch would have been way too big for this corner. It would have not fit at all. So I went with the 20-inch. I found this on Facebook Marketplace. I tried talking the guy down. It didn't work. But I was able to get it for what I thought was an okay price, and I went with it. So, but yeah, this is the CRT TV that I use for all of my consoles that are hooked up to it. Yeah, it's been working like a charm. I freaking love this thing. Anytime I play a retro game for you guys on the channel, this is what I pretty much sit at and look, unless there has been a couple times where discs have skipped and not worked for me, and I've had to emulate them on my PC, but hey, it happens. And that's another thing. If you guys don't want to buy all this stuff, you know, emulate on your PC, or do what I do and get, like, you know, the hard drive for the PS2 with preloaded games, load games onto a Wii hard drive that can play GameCube, load up your N64 with a cart that can play all the games, buy a shitty Sega Genesis cart that doesn't work but still has most of the games you want to play. So there's some things you can do like that. We're going to start over here on the left side of the shelf. This is where I keep all of my Super Nintendo and NES games. We have an inbox PS1 controller. That's how much I paid, 75 bucks. Inbox Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64. Up here we have Turtles. Turtles again, Zelda, Super Mario, Tetris, Mega Man 3, Puzznick, Lolo 2, Battletoads, Simon's Quest, Castlevania, Dragon Warrior 2, Final Fantasy 1, Super Mario 2, Blades of Steel, and The Punisher. Then over here we have the Game Boy player for the Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat 2, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Mortal Kombat, SimCity, Donkey Kong, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Mega Man X, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Rock and Roll Racing, and the top one is, I can't really read this for you guys. Oh, that one's Super Metroid. What was this one that I missed? Oh, Wario's, let me see here. Yeah, Wario Woods. So that's for the Super Nintendo and NES games. There's only a couple of more games I have to get for this, these two consoles, but that's about it. Here's all my Nintendo 64 games. Hopefully the video can focus for you guys to read. All of those are labeled. I labeled them myself. Here's all the Sega Genesis games that I own. Sorry, it's very dark and hard to see. RoboCop vs. Terminator, Sonic 2, Six Pack, Streets of Rage 2, I believe. Yep. Aladdin. Then we got a couple more. Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, 007. Those are two copies of WWF WrestleMania. I have two. I bought a bundle of games, and one of the bundle of games included WrestleMania, and I was like, ah, shit, whatever. But behind these, we have a couple of inbox games. We have Battletoads and Double Dragon for the Super Nintendo. This is I don't know if this is limited run or not, but it's a remake. I think it's a green cartridge. Mortal Kombat 3, Streets of Rage, Dinosaurs for Hire, and Street Fighter 2 Special Tournament Edition. Down here, let me see if I can get my phone off here for you guys. I don't want to drop it. Alright. Down here we have all of my PS4 and PS3 and 5 games. Here's just a couple that are just laying around. Skate 3, Disney Extreme Skate, which is basically Tony Hawk but with Disney characters. Is actually pretty fun. These are all the games in the front right here, and I can start pulling some of these out for you so you guys can see what's behind them. These are all the games that are behind them. And then just some DVDs I got. So that's the PS4, PS3, PS5 games with a couple of DVDs. I'll put some of these back aside. I'd rather do it now than not do it. Over here, we have my Mortal Kombat,
collection. Or just some of my favorite Mortal Kombat games. Down here we might have my Marvel vs. Capcom collection with a random X-Men game in front. I don't know why. Back there we have the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Collector's Edition. Down here we have a bunch of Ninja Turtle games. And then over here we have Leonardo laying on the floor because he fell off the top of the TV. Ooh! Over here on this shelf, there's 3 tiers of boxes you can store, and you can put 2 boxes behind each other. So there's this one box, and then there's another box behind it. These top 2 boxes are basically just junk, random storage things. This box is for my dog, all of her medication and treats and things like that. And then the second box behind that is just like extra HDMI cables, USB cables, and things like that. I'm not going to show you guys that stuff because it's a waste of time. But these bottom 2 right here are all of my controllers. Bunch of N60. I basically have 2 to 3 controllers for every console that I own. So at least I try to. One of the videos I want to make for you guys is me going through and testing all of my controllers to see which ones actually are working and which ones aren't, because I've collected so much over the past couple months and years that like I haven't tested everything properly. And one day my wife and I tried playing the Nintendo 64 and it stopped. One of the controller's D-pads, the bottom button wasn't working, or it was the analog stick that stopped working on us. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is going to be the video for you. You know, small retro station, $30 bookshelf on Amazon, can store a shit ton of stuff. This desk, I think I got out of Office Max. I can't remember what I paid for it, like $100 maybe at most. I think the most expensive like furniture I have in here is my chair, which I spent probably like $300 on because I work from home and I need something better for my back. And then this shelf over here, I got at Target for like 30 bucks, and it holds a perfectly, you know, a 20-inch CRT TV pretty well. I thought about getting a spinning thing underneath this again to like spin it and move it, but you know what? It's fine where it's at. I'm not messing with it anymore. I'm done. And then, you know, you can store a bunch of games on it. You know, as you can see, I have Super Nintendo, N64, all the way down to PlayStation. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section what you think, what you would do differently, what your setup is like. And yeah, please give the video a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and stay tuned for the next episode on the Caveman channel. Peace, guys.